Welcome to another esl-lounge reading lesson video. Today we will be reading my most embarrassing travel mistake. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Platform, the area in a station where you wait for a train. Destination, the place where you are going. Announcement, spoken information given to many people. Confident, feeling sure about your abilities. To realize, to understand a situation, sometimes suddenly. Guard, a person who is in charge of a train. Fare, the money you pay for a journey. Passenger, a person traveling in a vehicle. Misunderstanding, a failure to understand something correctly. Relieved, feeling happy because something unpleasant has not happened. Eventually, in the end, especially after a long time. Great! Now you know the key words, let's read the story. My most embarrassing travel mistake happened during my first trip to Japan. I was trying to get from Tokyo to the smaller city of Odawara. I arrived at the huge Tokyo station, and actually felt quite confident. I found the correct platform, saw a train with Nagoya on the destination board, which I knew was in the right direction, and quickly got on. I found the comfortable seat by the window, and started to relax. For the first hour I was enjoying the view as the countryside flew past. But I slowly began to realize that the train was not stopping at any small stations. In fact, it wasn't stopping at all. I started to feel a bit worried. I looked at my cheap ticket again and then at the other passengers. They all looked like business travelers, and the train was very quiet and modern. End of page 1. Let's continue. About 90 minutes later, the train finally slowed down. An announcement said we had arrived in Nagoya. I was completely lost, very embarrassed, and a long way past my destination. I got off the train and tried to speak to a station guard. My Japanese was terrible, and his English was not much better, so it was a complete misunderstanding at first. Eventually, with a lot of pointing at maps and a translation app on my phone, he understood my problem. He laughed and explained I had taken the Shinkansen, the super-fast bullet train, not the local service which stops at Odawara. I had to pay a very expensive new fare to get a train back to my destination. I was just relieved that I knew where I was. It was an embarrassing mistake, but now it's a funny story to tell my friends. Okay, time for a few questions to check your understanding. Question 1. What was the writer's attitude at the start of the journey? A. Anxious about finding the right train. B. Pleased with how they had navigated the busy station. C. Worried because the other passengers looked like business travelers. D. Surprised by how modern the train was. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text says the writer felt quite confident after arriving at the huge station and finding the correct platform. Question 2. What observation first suggested to the writer that they might be on the wrong train? A. The train's failure to make any local stops. B. The professional appearance of the other passengers. C. The price of their ticket seemed too low. D. The destination board showed the wrong city name. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A. The text says the writer began to realize that the train was not stopping at any small stations. Question 3. What kind of service was the Shinkansen? A. A local service for commuters. B. A special tourist train with large windows. C. An express service for long-distance travel. D. A train that only runs at night. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text describes the Shinkansen as the super-fast bullet train, which is a type of express service. Question 4. Which statement best describes the writer's travel error? A. They got on a train going in the completely opposite direction. B. They misread the destination board at the station. C. They boarded an express service that did not stop at their intended destination. D. They bought a ticket for the wrong day of travel. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. They wanted to go to Odawara, but the superfast Shinkansen did not make stops at smaller cities. Question 5. Why was communication with the station guard difficult at first? A. The station guard refused to speak English. B. The writer was too embarrassed to explain the problem clearly. C. Neither person could speak the other's language well. D. The station was too noisy to hear each other properly. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text says the writer's Japanese was terrible and his English was not much better. Question 6. What did the writer have to do at the end? A. Pay for a new expensive ticket. B. Get a free journey back to their destination. C. Wait for many hours for the next train. D. Apologize to the other passengers for the delay. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A. The text says the writer had to pay a very expensive new fare. Let's quickly summarize the lesson. On this screen you can review the main points of the text and the key vocabulary. Finally, here are a few discussion questions. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this ESL-lounge video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons, and we'll see you in the next one.